What's up guys, welcome back. Today, taking a look at a pretty interesting pair of Adidas. I saw these pop up on the app last week or so. They arrived yesterday, wore them now for, I don't know, 12 to 14 hours or so. And while they are technically a soccer or football shoe, depending on where you're at in this world, I still wanted to snag them because they just caught my eye. I thought they looked dope, mad interesting, a ton of different materials. Adidas actually collaborated with two influencers, I guess you would call them, for this pair. First is the Pred Collective, and we're just getting all kinds of alerts and such. The Pred Collective is the first one, and the second person involved is the Predator Pro. I will definitely drop links to both of their Instagram profiles down below in the description, so please check them out because obviously without them, these shoes definitely do not exist. Before we dive in, I do want to take a quick look at the box because very rarely do you get a box worth talking about, and I personally love when brands put a little bit extra into their boxes. So as you can see right here, it's a traditional box. Lid lifts right off. The top of the lid features snakeskin embossing, Predator branding up top in gold foil. Bottom of the box is black. More gold foil branding right here for the Adidas Performance logo. Size tag right there. Predator Archive TR. Obviously, it is a Boost shoe. I don't know if they just didn't want to throw Boost in the name or what the situation is. I wouldn't have picked them up without Boost. I'm glad they've got it. Ridiculously comfy. One of the more comfy shoes I've worn in a long time. We'll get into comfort and sizing and all that in just a moment. So without further ado, let's dive in. So unlike most sneakers we talk about, the left and the right are actually very, very different. And these will take a little bit of time to break down because there's so many different materials involved and so much going on. Just know that there will be some hiccups because I don't know every single material for sure, but I'll do my best to explain it to you guys and give you guys a good idea of what's going on. So I guess the best place to start is this very light blue leather that wraps almost around the entire shoe, and there are different colors and just all sorts of stuff going on. So this right here, all the light blue that you see is leather, and everything's very high quality. Everything feels great, very soft. Nothing that's gonna hinder the feel of the shoe, and overall very lightweight. I will add that as well. So you've got a base of leather, and then if you come over to the top of the toe box, wrapping into the medial portion of the shoe, you almost have a plastic overlay right here where you see all the dark blue. That's more of a harder plastic. Again, does not, you know, deter from comfort or wearability at all, but it is a harder plastic right there. And you're gonna get what I assume is materials like this that will help the shoe perform well. If you're playing, you know, indoor soccer, obviously what the shoe is made for, you're gonna get, you know, advantages from that. You know, the shoe's gonna be a lot more durable and when you're actually playing. And then down towards the toe box on the medial portion of the shoe, you also have another hit right here, almost an orangish red hit. I don't know that it necessarily does anything performance-wise, but worth mentioning because it's there. Deeper on the medial portion of the shoe, you've got more leather, this time in like a silver chrome reflective color. And then you've got the Adidas 3 stripes in gold coming right down here. I can't really touch on how cool the shoe is. There's just so much going on. You know, like I said, it's very hard to explain, but just try and stick with me here. Back on the lateral portion of the shoe, more 3-stripe branding. Again, a little bit of plastic hits. Definitely a lot more lightweight plastic than we saw on the medial portion of the shoe. You know, almost a window right here, plastic overlays, and then you've got the Adidas 3 stripes running right down the side of the shoe as well. Wrapping to the back panel on the left shoe, you've got a nubuck hit, almost a heel cup sort of situation going on back here, and it is very soft nubuck. If you can see, hopefully the camera's picking up, there's a label running down the back panel right here, it reads Predator. And then the whole inner booty portion of the shoe is going to be red on this side. Very soft prime knits running all down the tongue area and then wrapping the whole ankle area of the shoe. You've got the Adidas Performance logo turned sideways right there, as on most Predator branded sneakers. Like I said, all booty, slip in, very comfy. This side left shoe has red cotton laces, almost a rope feel throughout the bottom portion. And then when they come up, they actually widen up and then finish off with silver aglets on the left side. Nobody who does a review on these, other than maybe the dudes who helped on the collaboration, will be able to do justice for the shoe. You know, I think you kind of need to be a soccer player and really understand and vibe with those two dudes and the Adidas Predator lineup to understand what's going on here. I had to pick them up. I love them. I think they're phenomenal. We'll hop over to the right shoe in just a moment. If the camera's picking it up, there is no insole. It's just foot directly on boost on the inside of the shoe right there. Again, very soft, very cushy. If you're not familiar, you don't rock boost very often, or this is maybe the first pair you're looking to pick up, you can rock pretty much any boost shoe without an insole and it's still very comfy, because the boost material that the midsoles are made out of are very soft, very squishy, very responsive, very cushy, and definitely don't require an insole. So that's why it's kind of lacking it here. And I think when it comes to a shoe like this where you're going to be running and stopping and planting your foot, you know, an insole would kind of just get in the way. You know, it might slip, and so without it, you're not going to have any risk of injury or any situation like that, would be my best guess. Now heading down towards the midsole, I already started talking about the boost, but you almost have what I would describe as a 2018 Pure Boost shape, I guess is the best way to put it. If you kind of look towards the shape right here, you've got kind of that teardrop formation on the forefoot area, and it's just, to me, that's what it resembled, was an old school Pure Boost. Not necessarily the same shape as an Ultra Boost, but I will say this boost is very, very soft, you know, in comparison to anything that we've seen. It kind of has like that fish scale finish on it that we've seen on like the EQTs and a few other silhouettes, but just very soft, very cushy. If it were up to me, every single boost shoe that featured boost would feel like this. I think it's just extra cushy. I don't know what they do to it or how they get it like that. It just feels phenomenal. Then heading towards the outsole, you've got a Adidas stretch web rubber outsole, two-tone. The majority of the foot is layered in black, and then the heel portion has almost a solar yellow, solar green hit, and no torsion system. They want a lot of flexibility. They want your foot to basically be able to do as it wants to in these shoes. So nothing that's gonna really lock the foot in place. You need that torque. You wanna be able to move around, especially when you're playing football or soccer. For those of you in America, I think the majority of you are, but I don't wanna step on anybody's toes. Pardon the pun. Let's hop over to the right shoe. So a little more minimal, but still a ton of stuff to talk about in this shoe. So again, you've got that same blue color wrapping the entire shoe, well, for the most part, the entire shoe. In this case, you have almost a snakeskin feel, or a snakeskin vibe as far as the feel of this leather right here. And like I said, it wraps all the way from the lateral portion to about the halfway point on the medial portion of the shoe. You've got these, I guess, diamonds that are added to the inner portion of the shoe, and they are raised. You can definitely feel them. Again, when it comes to playing the game, kicking the ball around and stuff, these are just going to give you a little bit extra durability, you know, as far as the shoe goes. The ball will bounce off of those and kind of protect the leather below it. Why not? You know what I mean? And then on the inner portion of the shoe right here, you've got more silver chrome leather overlays, and then you almost have a silver to red gradient on the Adidas 3-stripe branding running from the halfway point all the way down to where the shoe or the leather material meets the midsole right there. Flipping back to the lateral portion of the shoe, more 3-stripe branding, very, very skinny lines on this side, and they're just plastic right beneath the leather overlay right there. And then you've got one more little silver leather hit right on the arch area right there of the shoe, right where all the material meets the midsole one more time. Then coming back to the back portion of the shoe, the back panel, again, you've got that same nubuck hit, nubuck counter. This time you've got the Adidas Performance logo as opposed to the Predator branding on the opposite side. All black prime knit up top, tongue area, ankle area, all prime knit. Again, you've got that same Adidas Predator Performance branding right there on the tongue, and the right sneaker features black cotton laces, same exact situation as the others, very thin down low where they're actually laced in, and then they widen up at the top. Finished off on this side with gold aglets as opposed to the silver on the opposite shoe. Ton of boost down below on the midsole, flip down, same stretch web rubber, finished off with a red heel counter as opposed to the solar yellow on the opposite shoe. And that pretty much breaks down everything. As far as pricing goes, these are steep at 250 bucks. I picked them up simply because they caught my eye. I love Boost. You guys know that if you follow the channel at all. And I wanted to talk about them. I wanted to wear them, see what they feel like, see what they're all about, see if it's a shoe that you could wear every day if you're actually not playing soccer. And if you've got the money and you want something a little outlandish, you like the colorway, you're into soccer, football, whatever the case may be, definitely a good pickup. You love Boost, whatever the situation is, great shoe, so comfy. I can't even express, like, you could wear these every day as long as they last, and they're so comfortable. Yes, there's a lot of leather overlays, and it's pretty damn cold where I'm at right now. Even though I'm in California, it's been very cold. So breathability wasn't necessarily a concern right now during the cold months. In the summertime, probably gonna get a little hot. You know, there is prime knit. You've got almost these asymmetrical lacing areas. You might get a little breathability through here, but there is a ton of leather. So if you're worried about breathability, your feet being a little hot, they might be, just because there's a lot of leather. It's hard to get, you know, air through there, and there's not really any openings or outlets for the air. So that is one thing I would worry about. But as far as just overall comfort, like nearing a 10 out of 10, ridiculously comfy. I can't even express that enough, because I put them on and I was mind blown. I haven't worn a shoe this comfy in a long time, and I wear a lot of shoes. I went true to size. I picked up a 10.5. That's my true to size, and they fit perfectly 10.5. So if you're planning on wearing them casually, playing soccer, running around, whatever the situation is, go true to size. I wouldn't deter from that at all. And that's pretty much gonna break it down for the Predator Archive TR. Phenomenal shoe. Shout out to Adidas. Shout out to the two dudes that I mentioned who collabed with Adidas on these. Phenomenal job, guys. I can't express enough how much I love the shoe. I think it was very well done, and I'm sure like the whole soccer football community knew about these, but there should have been a push for these, because they could have and should have sold out, and I think they should have. I think it was something that a lot of people slept on, especially in the Boost community. So that's gonna do it, guys. I will throw these on feet and give you guys a great look at them. I hope I did a little bit of justice for this sneaker and this colorway. Again, great job, Adidas. If you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up on the video. It helps the video tremendously. If you're brand new to the channel, this is your first time checking it out, we do all kinds of shoes, all kinds of brands, every brand. I try and talk about everything that really interests me. And so if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, get a notification every single time I upload on this channel. And guys, that's gonna do it for me. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.